With version 2.7 just a week away, we've already received massive new info about version 3.0 characters, the full banner lineup for version 2.8, and even fresh kit details for Chisa and Buling. On top of that, recent beta changes for both Qiuyuan and Galbrena are honestly not looking too good. So let's get started. Looking at the banners, based on reruns and timing, it's now expected that Chisa and Phrolova will be featured in the first half of version 2.8, followed by Cartethyia and Phoebe in the second half. On top of that, Buling is now confirmed as a 4-star Spectro character, a gauntlet user, and will be added to the roster in version 2.8. Before we jump into their kits and the other upcoming characters, don't forget you can win a free Lunite by joining our giveaway. Also, check out Loot Bar through the top link in the description. They're currently offering extra discounts for version 2.6 top-ups, up to 21% cheaper than in-game, with excellent Trustpilot reviews. It's one of the safest ways to recharge in Wuthering Waves. And if you're a new user, you also get an additional 10% off just for signing up. Now, starting with the beta changes, Galbrena's Hellstride damage, that's the strike you deal after a successful dodge in her special stance, is now counted as basic attack damage rather than heavy attack damage. That's a major shift in how she scales. Her signature weapon also saw changes, buffing Echo skill to heavy attack conversion and vice versa. Specifically, the Echo skill to heavy damage buff went from plus 20% for 6 seconds to plus 24%, and the heavy damage to Echo skill buff also rose from plus 20% to 24%. The cap per hit was also raised from 20% to 24%. So, overall, her weapon's passive effects are looking slightly stronger. Qiuyuan's weapon also received adjustments, which I'll put on screen. But talking about his kit directly, this recent beta gave him some pretty massive nerfs. If you look at the numbers from 2.7.6 to 2.7.0, his heavy attack, dodge counter, and resonance skill multipliers have all been reduced. His resonance liberation was buffed slightly, but his overall uptime on buffs got worse, and his constellations were heavily reworked. Honestly, after getting some buffs in the last beta, I thought he would continue to scale up since his damage numbers were still minimal. But seeing this round of changes, Qiuyuan's future looks like that of a specialized Echo skill buffer, not a main DPS. He's nowhere close to Brandt's damage ceiling. If you do pull him, keep in mind he won't function as a strong DPS, especially early in his sequence chain. You'd need at least sequence 3 before he even comes close to Brandt.
Now, talking about rewards, in version 2.7, free-to-play players can expect around 77 limited pulls and 22 standard pulls. With the Lunite Pass, this rises to about 100 limited pulls total, which is a little less than the current patch, but still a decent haul, especially with version 2.8 coming right after. That patch is shaping up to be a major one, since it will pave the way to a brand new region and several new faces. We also now have the finalized details for the next Tower of Adversity, the Hazard Tower. The first 2 floors will feature decreased electro and arrow resistance, while Havoc and Spectro resistance will be increased. In the 3rd and 4th stages, 60 seconds after battle starts, all Resonators' total damage is increased by 5%, and then continues to increase by 5% every 5 seconds, stacking up to 60% in total. On top of that, inflicting negative statuses on enemies increases both defense and attack by 10% for 5 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. Critical damage is increased by 35%, and Echo skill damage is amplified by 50%. And finally, when Resonators cast their intro skill, they gain a 50% heavy attack bonus for 30 seconds. Moving on to Chisa, she's now confirmed to be a Havoc main DPS using a Broadblade. Her main source of damage is expected to be her Liberation, especially since we just got a new 4-cost Echo that boosts both Liberation damage and Havoc damage in this version. There's also info suggesting that some of her damage may be counted as heavy attack damage, though that part isn't fully concrete yet. As for Buling, as mentioned earlier, she's a Spectro Gauntlet user, and recent leaks suggest she'll be a support. Her kit looks like it will be designed to buff upcoming characters rather than serve as a DPS herself, so for anyone hoping she'd slot into current mono Spectro DPS teams, that doesn't look likely anymore. Looking ahead to future characters, we now have some solid info. A Fiel 5-star named Mornoon is expected to arrive in version 3.0 as a Fusion Broadblade user. Her role looks to be that of a support and buffer, though details are still scarce. Another new limited character, Linnea, and keep in mind these are unofficial translated names, is expected to be a Spectro pistol DPS. If true, she may synergize nicely with Buling, who as we just mentioned is shaping up to be a Spectro support. So that covers the big wave of updates and leaks this week. If you want more weekly breakdowns like this, make sure to hit that sub button and don't forget to join the giveaway and let me know your opinion about the recent beta changes. See you in the next one.